Hello, everyone. So welcome to my presentation of this very qualitative research theory and method course. So today my presentation is concerning the course assignment, the use of various qualitative methods in your empirical research. So concerning this very final assignment of the course to apply various qualitative methods in my empirical research, I will present my research project, which is well linked with these very uh, various qualitative methods from an empirical perspective. So my name is Sami Kobir, and I am a PhD student in the Computer Science Division of Sheleftio campus here in LTU. So uh, so first of all, let me just briefly introduce my research objective. So the thing is that my research objective is to transparently predict the energy consumption of buildings. So the building energy consumption, it's a big issue globally because around like more than 40% of the global energy consumption is triggered by buildings. So if we can reduce the energy wastage in buildings, of course, it will lead to energy efficient building and sustainable energy transition. And for this purpose, my research objective is to predict the energy consumption of a building so that we can provide the flexibility solution of energy demand of a building so that there is no energy wastage, and even if there is surplus energy, that energy can be forwarded to neighboring areas where there is energy crisis. And for this purpose, apart from prediction, our research focus is also on the transparent prediction of the energy. So, which means we not only provide the predictive output concerning the energy consumption value, but also provide the explanation in support of the predictive output. So, whenever we mention the reason behind the predictive output, justify the reason, then basically it creates a relationship of trust between human and the machine. Then it will incentivize the building owners to adopt the artificial intelligence based building energy prediction system to make their buildings more energy efficient, leading to less energy wastage. So along with the explanation, we also provide counterfactual in this research, which basically mean the explainable artificial intelligence, XAI. So that is my research objective, that to employ XAI to transparently predict the energy consumption of a building, leading to less energy wastage in the building, and that sustainable building energy transition. So to realize this research objective, I have one research question, and that is, how can the buildings be made energy efficient? So as my research objective is to reduce the building energy wastage, so the question is, how can we make the buildings energy efficient? So it consumes less energy, then also it has less wastage. Uh, so to answer this research question from an empirical research perspective, uh, I basically for this course adopt the focus group discussion, FGD method. So what happens in this focus group discussion? First of all, I chose a sample population. So it was like I first of all, I set some criteria to select this sample population. So they have to be local residents here in Skellefteå city. And then, of course, they have some primary knowledge on the energy ecosystem of Sweden, that how does the energy ecosystem work, where does the energy come from, the hydropower, nuclear power, those things, and some how the energy bill appears in their home, the kilowatt hour consumption per kilowatt hour energy rate, and so on. This primary knowledge, of course, they have to have. So basically, I chose these two criteria to choose my sample population. One is that they are local residents here in Skellefteå, and another is their primary knowledge on the Swedish energy ecosystem. So in this way, I got 10 participants in total to participate in this focus group discussion, and I conducted it sometime in November 2023. Of these 10 participants, I arranged a discussion venue. So it was a kind of meeting, a discussion meeting, and I conducted it in our meeting room here in Skellefteå campus of LTU, and it lasted for almost 1.5 hours. So it was a big group discussion on various topics, and people exchange their views. I mean, different people have different viewpoints, different perspectives. On some cases, they have like similar opinions. On many cases, there were different opinions or some debatable issues were there, and so on. Then basically, this focus group discussion, so rather than asking some direct question, it was more like a focus. So this is my focus. Then what is your view? More like open-ended answers or open-ended thoughts I collected from them. So people gave their opinion. It was a good views exchange, good discussion, good argument, and so on. And also I made some follow-up questions against their initial answers. And those follow-up questions also led to some deeper insight into their experience or into their opinion. And I basically took a written record. I wrote actually, I written record I took from their opinions or from whatever they have talked about. So I made a written record. It's a written minutes I took of the key points from this FGD, the focus group discussion. And I basically prepared a discussion guide to conduct this focus group discussion. So there were like some specific points to discuss about in this focus group discussion. So I termed it the discussion guide. So in this discussion guide, actually, so what were my points that I mentioned now? So in this discussion guide, I talked about like I asked them to describe the parameters which impact the energy consumption level of their building. So what parameters do you think impact the energy consumption level? Then next point was what are your feelings when you see the monthly energy bill of your residents? Can you give an example of the last month? So what are your feelings? What happens when you see the monthly energy bill? Is it very high? Is it low? Or is it just as per your expectation? Or sometimes you get surprised or shocked to see very high energy bill. So what happens? Just I wanted to know their experience of recent months. And then I asked them to tell me about the seasonal variance of the energy consumption. So seasonal variance in North Sweden, of course, season is a big issue. Like if it is winter season, then it's very natural. Daylight is very low outside. It's mostly dark and very cold also, the snowfall and so on. So that's why most of the people prefer to stay indoor, and due to heating requirement, generally the energy consumption goes very high during the winter season here in northern Sweden. And like if I talk about the summer season, then you have natural daylight and people hang out outside, and they have many activity plans outside. So that's why they uh, as they stay outdoor mostly, then basically energy consumption generally goes down in the summer season. So these are some issues like the seasonal variance, which I wanted to know from them. And then I asked them like, what are their thoughts about the heating method of their building? Like in Skellefteå, we have two different heating methods. One is the district heating method, and another is the electric heating method. So so of course, like electric heating method, if a building uses, it has like more energy consumption compared to the district heating method, which consumes lesser energy because it's from a central heating system run by the municipality. So that is also another issue, what type of heating method your building has. And then I asked them that how can you reduce the energy bill of your apartment? So you know what parameters determine the energy consumption. You know what factors or what is the seasonal variance and so on. Then what do you think? How can you reduce your energy bill or energy consumption? So this was the discussion guide to conduct this focus group discussion. And after this focus group discussion, I took a written record of all the participants' viewpoints, their thoughts and everything. And then I conducted the thematic analysis on the written record. So first of all, I basically read through the whole written record again and again and did some uh, I got myself familiarized with that written record by going through it again and again, and then did the coding. And then after the coding, I extracted some themes from their written record, and then I defined the themes and reviewed and further refined those themes, and then came up with the themes actually with a report consisting of the themes from the written record of this focus group discussion. So the from this thematic analysis on the written record of the focus group discussion, I extracted four different themes. So uh, by running this thematic analysis approach. So theme one was floor area. So what happens, like if you have a larger apartment, then of course your energy consumption goes high, because larger apartment means you have more electronic appliances, more lights, more heating requirement, and so on, and the vice versa. If you have a small apartment, of course your energy consumption will be lower. And the second theme I came up with is natural daylight. So just if you have more natural daylight outside, especially in summer, then you are less likely to use your indoor lighting system actually, because then the daylight comes through your windows. And all in the winter, when we have less natural daylight outside, then of course we need to rely more on the indoor lighting system. So then the energy consumption goes high in winter and goes down in the summer. So theme three is the indoor occupancy. So what happens, like of course it's very natural that whenever you are more people inside a building, energy consumption goes high, and less people, energy consumption goes down. And theme for heating method, that is also a vital issue to determine the energy consumption. Like if we rely on the district heating method, then uh, because it's centrally, so it has less energy bill. And electric heating method, it's more of a individual, like private apartment has its own electric heating method, then that apartment has to pay more, especially during the winter. But district heating, as it is centrally run by the commune, the municipality, so that district heating method will have uh, less energy bill. So these are the four themes I came up with after running the thematic analysis on the focus group discussions written records. So first theme was floor area, second theme was natural daylight, third theme was indoor occupancy, and the fourth theme was heating method, whether it is district or electric heating. Now, the challenges which I faced during uh, these focus group discussion event and also post-event written record analysis and the thematic analysis. So, of course, it ran smoothly, but still some challenges uh, it had. I did not do any recording actually, like with my mobile phone or any device. The recording I did not make with the with my phone the audio record or any video record of this focus group discussion event. So it was mainly written record. Yeah, but if it is a audio record or video record and then I transcribed it verbatim, I think that may be better. That will look better, because then it is less likely that I will miss any point. Yeah. And so in written record, I might have missed some points, but if it were like audio or video recording, then verbatim transcribed to paper from that audio record, then it is less likely that I will miss any points. And language pronunciation, here actually we are from different countries, so we have mostly Swedish participants here. So as I am non-Swedish, so there are some pronunciation issues which I had to face. Different people have different ways to speak the native accent issues that I had to face when I was talking to them. And cultural difference is an issue, of course, country to country, it varies. And disputed items, there were some debatable issues which basically not everyone agrees to one certain issue. So that is also a fact. And another issue is finding a common time for all the 10 participants to conduct the focus group discussion. So I mean, different people have different book slots. So I mean, it's very difficult so that everyone is available at a common time. So that was a challenge, of course. And another thing is that unwillingness to participate. So I mean, we get email on different surveys to participate in survey, online survey or feedback review, but most of the time we just ignore those emails. So same goes here. I mean, people most of the times they don't show that much interest to participate in this type of focus group discussion. So my idea is incentive is a good option, incentivizing people like by providing them with a gift voucher or a lunch coupon after the focus group discussion. Then they get the incentive. Okay, then let's do it. So that is a good way actually to motivate participants to actively participate in the focus group discussion. And another issue was moderators. I mean, finding more moderators to maintain the focus and analyze content. So I am a researcher here, but let's say if I had like more co-researchers or more moderators, then the discussion could have been more vibrant or more lively, and the content analysis part with my co-researchers could have been more insightful. That is, of course, a positive side could have been. So concerning the application of qualitative method in this empirical research to predict energy consumption of buildings in a transparent manner, my data collection approach was FGD, the focus group discussion, and my data analysis approach was the thematic analysis, where I extracted 4 themes from the written record of the focus group discussion. So apart from this approach, like focus group discussion followed by thematic analysis, now I will talk about some other data collection and data analysis methods which I could have applied also in this very empirical research. So I just talk about some other alternatives of these qualitative methods to collect data and also to analyze the collected data, apart from the focus group discussion and the thematic analysis. So other alternative data collection method could have been the interview, I would say. In addition to the focus group discussion, like I could have conducted an interview, like one-to-one interview. Where I take into account individual opinion in this one-to-one interview. But of course, it will take more time because I have to reach every person one by one. It takes more time, and there is no exchange of views, no group discussion or nothing. And another data collection method could have been the qualitative survey. Just I conduct a survey with a questionnaire. So again, survey is again like I have to reach many people and I collect their open-ended answers. But again, it will take time and no exchange of views happen in a qualitative survey as well, because it's a one-to-one survey. I just prepare a survey questionnaire and I reach to the respondents. So another issue is the netnography. Yeah, netnography is also a good approach because it has a flexible timing to participate. People can take part in the netnography in their convenient time, even in the midnight or early morning, it doesn't matter. But again, in netnography, we do not have this type of group discussion or views exchange. We do not have any face-to-face interaction, which basically makes any discussion way more vibrant. And also in terms of netnography, the computer literacy or digital device internet, these are some challenges. So not every people have access to computer literacy, or what if you do not have access to internet or digital devices, smartphones or tabs and so on. So these are the three alternative data collection methods, which I think could have been viable also in my empirical research: the interview, the qualitative survey, and the ethnography. And concerning the data analysis, so after collecting data from these three approaches, the interview, qualitative survey, and the ethnography, so I think that the content analysis could have been applied. This qualitative method, the content analysis could have been applied on the data collected through interview or survey or ethnography. So in content analysis, we first of all extract the meaning units from that content, and then we condense all those meaning units, and then we group together those condensed meaning units into sub-theme, and then those sub-themes are converted into theme. So in this way, we perform the content analysis, which we could have applied on the data collected through interview, survey, or ethnography. And another data collection method, which I think could have been viable in my empirical research, is the social media data or testimonial or customers review or user story and so on. So people have different types of feedbacks or reviews or their personal stories concerning the energy consumption, energy bill, and so on. So one option could have been that I extract data from social media or various websites, the customers review that how was their experience concerning the energy bill or energy consumption and so on. And then I apply the narrative analysis, this data analysis approach, the narrative analysis on the extracted content from the social media or website or customer review section. So in the narrative analysis, I basically get some insight into customers' behavior and their experiences. So it's more like individual profiling of a customer, but it's a manual effort. I have to give more time to profile an individual by analyzing that individual's feedback or reviews in this way. And it is not scalable as well. It's tough to generalize by getting insight into one single person's experience or behavior. So that could have been an option, but of course it's less preferred actually, this social media data and then the narrative analysis, because it's tough to generalize from individual stories. Yeah. So that's all from my side concerning these qualitative methods in empirical research. And while preparing and conducting this empirical research and while applying all those qualitative methods, both for data collection and data analysis, of course, I had to go through various course literature and course content and material. So like if I want to mention some key papers from the course literature, then It was like the experiences of nursing patients suffering from trauma preparing for the unexpected, a qualitative study published in the Intensive and Critical Care Nursing. And this paper I went through to understand how to apply the qualitative method, how to collect data, and how to apply the data analysis approach from qualitative perspective in an empirical research. Another paper I went through is qualitative content analysis in nursing research, concepts, procedures, and measures to achieve trustworthiness, which was published in the Nurse Education Today. So this paper also gave me some good insight on how to analyze the content qualitatively, those textual data, those non-numerical data from the nursing perspective. And another was living with alopecia areata, an online qualitative survey study published in the British Journal of Dermatology. So here actually they collected the people's experience concerning the various skin problems, skin diseases, and so on. So they, after collecting the experience, they put that experience into relevant social and cultural context to understand that how do people perceive the skin disease and what remedial steps they take to get rid of it or to cope with it in this way. So in this way, actually, they uh, collected the experience and applied the content analysis, the thematic analysis approach to understand their experience in terms of the cultural or social context. So these are the reference papers from the course literature I went through among many to understand how to apply qualitative methods in empirical research. So based on that understanding, I conducted my empirical research by applying the qualitative methods to collect data and to analyze the collected data and come up with the themes to find the answers to my research question. So that's all for today. Thank you for your patience.